What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do an All My Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you guys know you are the first in the week 3 group. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so um, definitely been a little bit behind on the readings. As y'all know, if you've been watching me long enough, I pretty much, is the energy is low, then readings will be low. Okay, want to get back to normal, but if the energy's not there to read, then I'm not going to do a reading. Okay, but I am still here regardless. Plenty of readings on the channel. We're at 710 as of today, so I really want to say thank you to you guys. I truly appreciate your patronage. If you're subscribed to the channel, welcome to the family. If not, hopefully you're still part of this family. Okay, so let's get into your reading, guys, with the All My Love here. Okay, if you're new here, the All My Love is pretty much kind of the same as the Dreamcatcher read. It's pretty much based on love. It doesn't have to be love within a person. It could be a situation. Almost, I like how it follows the Heart's Desire reading, but it's really about your emotional standpoint. Okay, whereas the Heart's Desire is pretty much about what it is that you're passionate about in your heart space. Okay, so that could be work, career. This is more so focused around love. Okay, love of self, self-awareness, or a person. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your reading. Okay, we have the top card, which is where your energy is right now, presently. One from the bottom, which is the energy of a person and or situation that you're dealing with at this time. Okay, and then one energetically from the middle. If I can get to the one that I really want. There we go. One energetically from the middle, which is the outcome between you and the situation and or person. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where you guys are at, Sagittarius. We have elevation, okay, for your where your energy is now, which is beautiful. Then we have freedom, okay, which is the energy of the person and or situation. And then we have forgiveness. Okay, I want to say the last time I did the last set, forgiveness did come out. I just can't remember what sign it was for, and freedom came out. Okay, week two's group is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and Gemini. These are just honorable mentions. You could be dealing with one of those signs, or maybe it's a placement, okay, in your birth chart. So a placement that means the most to you, it could be your 7th house. It could be your 3rd house that is really important to you, that placement. So you can probably go and look at one of those readings of All My Loves and get more of a well-rounded view of what's going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at where your energy is with this elevation card. Okay, and I'm trying to think if elevation ever came out before, but again, any card that I've seen come out, I usually take that as new energy, so welcome. Okay, elevation says you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Okay, you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Okay, Sagittarius, I feel like whatever it is that you've been going through, I think your past couple of readings, it's been a tumultuous one in the sense of maybe separation going on, and so I think you've had the time to kind of evaluate who you are as a person when it comes to love, and not allowing your past experiences to dictate who you are as a person now. Okay, so you are elevating above the pain of the past, okay, is what I'm feeling, and in the sense of welcoming love in, okay, keeping love at the forefront of who you are as a person, okay, which is beautiful. All right, so let's move on to the second placement here, which is the energy of the situation and or person, which is freedom. I think this is more so in the sense of maybe a situation more than a person, or it could be about the freedom of being away from someone, okay? That was possibly toxic. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, okay? You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, okay? I feel like with this freedom card, just like I said, you are not allowing the past to dictate who you are, okay? You're freeing yourself from it in the sense of maybe accepting or being open to the fact that you played a part in some of the toxicity that was in that relationship, okay? And so you take accountability for it, which is really good, okay? I think as adults, we should be able to not just point the finger at someone else, but also point it at ourselves, okay? If you were closed off, but that person was open and you isolated yourself, then you should be able to admit to yourself, you know what, the reason why we weren't as close is because I was harboring certain things from my past that was hindering the relationship, okay? And so you're able to be open with a person and let them know some form of apology for doing that to them because it led you down this road, okay? Especially if there's separation or, tides from this person, okay? So very good for you to be in this phase. Like I said, for some of you, it could be getting away from someone who was toxic. And for others of you, it could be just freedom of, being able to be open about where you fell short, okay? And just being honest with yourself, okay? And not allowing yourself to do it in the future, okay? So outcome is forgiveness, okay? Outcome between these two energies of the situation and yourself is forgiveness. Possibly forgiveness of yourself, forgiving yourself first and then hoping, the person from your past or recent past could be able to forgive you, okay? The forgiveness says you are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts, okay? You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts, okay? Very beautiful energy to be on, okay? Normally, I would suggest something to a sign that's exhibiting any issues, but I feel as though Sagittarius, you've really centered yourself. Maybe you do meditation, maybe you've been writing a lot, or just really verbalizing what it is that you're going through with that special someone, okay? But I love this, that you are now able to release past hurts and move forward, okay? Forgiving yourself, forgiving things that have happened in the past, whether someone did it to you or vice versa, and being able to truly forgive, okay? And forgiveness also comes from, another person when you inform them of everything that's been going on with you or taking accountability. Understanding helps forgiveness to follow, okay? And so, beautiful situation here on this main spread. Loving this vibe. Please carry this forward as much as possible, Sagittarius, okay? So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into your Island Time Wellness to see what is the main focus. I'm going to do some light shuffling. I'm not going to do a hard shuffle, but I feel as though a little light shuffle is needed for this deck. The only card that I saw, I pre-shuffle every time before I get ready to do the reading for each sign. And I did see camera show up while I was shuffling before we started. Now, you could be in front of the limelight as far as kind of being on display after this relationship has ended, okay? Try your best not to put on airs, okay? And be just open, okay? If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. You may have some people that want to talk to you about it, especially if they were very close or familiar with you and your previous significant other. Okay, some things should be private, other things you share as you feel you need to. But I would suggest, not being in the limelight about it. Okay, so this is just some light shuffling until I feel like we're at a pause. Okay. And I'm still going to go ahead and do maybe a 3 cut. Okay. Again, new energy, new placement, or, anyone coming in with placements that are important to them. Like I said, this is what happens. Okay. So from Island Time, we're going to take 2 cards. I'm going to do one from the top and one from the bottom. No real significance for doing it this way. This is just how I like to do it. Okay. You can take both of these messages for yourself, or you can take one for yourself and one towards the situation, or both towards the situation, whatever resonates for you. Okay. So let's see what you have. We have soulmates. Okay, soulmates, Sagittarius. This is for some of you who maybe made a choice to let one person go so that way you could be with someone else. Others of you, maybe you felt like this previous person was your soulmate. Okay, here it says soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. Okay, now some of you, I do feel this energy of maybe understanding that a relationship is ready to evolve into something else with this elevation. Okay. Others, I think it's more of understanding between you and a particular person that you were better off as kind of like a soul tribe type of vibe. Okay. So maybe not a complete partnership, but a soul connection as friends. Maybe not getting too intimate with each other. Okay. Another small few of you, you will find that potential soulmate. You just need to work on yourself first. Okay. So let's see what the second message is. The Phoenix. Okay. Kind of reiterating this elevation. Okay. Phoenix says new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Okay. So I'm putting this, of course, over here, but I'm also feeling this situation of kind of freedom. As you know, the Phoenix is pretty much about changing and elevating and becoming something new. The Phoenix rises from the ashes and is free. Okay, no longer chained or bound or restricted. Okay, like it said in your freedom card. And so it's time for a new phase. Again, having the ability to know that you will end up in something new or taking something to the next phase, like I said. Okay. Now, for some of you, may struggle with, I feel like maybe some restrictions, or in the sense of empathy, if you will. Okay. And maybe that's something that you kind of were dealing with in the last relationship, not being empathetic, or not wanting anyone to be really empathetic with you in a sense. So I would suggest the All Right meditation oil that you can find in my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the description box below. You can also go on my About Me page, it's there. But it does have Genmatcha tea in it. And it has green adventuring, which helps with empathy and dealing with conflicts. Okay. To just kind of work on that. All right. It is a unisex scent. Okay. Remember, body oils work with your body chemistry. So for me, when I smell it, it's very earthy. Okay. And so I believe I have plenty on my shop. I was going to say what the oils in there are. I got to double check. but I will put that in there in the description box. Okay. So nonetheless, let's move forward to the romance angels. Okay. So with those, we're going to do a light shuffle on those as well. Again, energy shifting in your reading. Like I said, new energies coming in, possibly people making some new connections as we're doing this reading. Okay, so be open. Again, giving someone a clean slate, especially if you're starting anew, or wanting to renew with someone, and you know it was maybe an abrupt situation or separation, and so kind of consider just allowing that person to come in, keep that openness about you, Sagittarius, as that person will do the same with you. Okay, honesty is the best policy. So I'm going to do a little bit of a heart shuffle here too. We'll go by threes. Last shuffle here. And we'll cut. And I just kicked it across there. Sorry, you guys. There we go. Okay. So, same. We're going to do one from the top and one from the bottom. And let's see what your messages are. It says codependency. Okay, codependency. Just mentioned that just a minute ago. Okay, as far as, you know, it's, let's read first. The addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, Freedom card talked about, you know, releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations. That in itself can be an addiction. Okay, isolating yourself could be an addiction. Okay, because you don't want to seem, like I said, codependent on anyone. Okay, isolating yourself and not telling someone, you know, your true fears or being honest with them is not it's not healthy. Okay, you should see that person as a support system, especially in the sense of if you trust them. Okay, someone who you trust and someone who trusts you is not codependency, it's love. Okay, boo. Seriously. All right, Sagittarius, that's all I'm going to say about that. We're going to move on to the second message, which is past life relationship. Okay, past life relationship. I would suggest remembrance oil, as far as if you like to do a meditation based off of past life. You could use the remembrance meditation, which has forget me not and amethyst in it. It also has black tea in it as well. Okay, it says you have known each other before. Okay, you have known each other before. Okay, Sagittarius. So if you ever kind of looked at someone, okay, let's say you've never met them before, and it's kind of like you're starting to get to know each other and it just seems so effortless. Okay, that is probably someone's, you know, soul that you have somehow, soulmates, okay, have connected with before in a past life. Okay, pay attention to your dreams. On YouTube, you can find past life regression. If you look in my playlist of my favorite meditations, I believe I do have some past life regression. Maybe not a lot, because it is pretty deep. It can get pretty deep. Okay, so you have to be mindful. Start off small and then kind of work your way up. okay? But I would definitely suggest remembrance oil for that particular meditation. I'm just gonna like real quick because it's like irritating me um, to know and give you guys the actual oils um, that are in the shop. Okay, so like I said, with the remembrance, forget me not, and it's patchouli uh, essential oil that is in there. Okay, it's just in heighten your intuition and help you with that irrational thinking that you might have or go through. Okay, but also pulling those positive thoughts and possibly digging into those past life meditations. Okay, then with the all right, um, like I said, it deals with empathy towards yourself and to be able to resolve any conflicts, external conflicts in a positive way. That does have bergamot and tea tree. Okay, bergamot and tea tree. And so like I said, it's very earthy, but it is unisex, and so is the amethyst of remembrance. Okay, both unisex. So give those a try. Again, I've mentioned it before on my readings. If you do yoga, you can put those on. While you're doing your yoga and your pressure points, or you can just rub it on your temple before you go to bed and on your chest and do your meditations as normal. You can also wear it as a daily body oil if you like, but it's meant to be very light scented. And so you can easily kind of just have a breeze go by and you'll smell it when you need to. Okay, it will just automatically activate around you. So, beautiful reading, Sagittarius. Um, Again, this past life relationship with soulmates, worrying about codependency, it's those addictions. You lift off those vices. If you have a vice, that is an addiction, but also mental and emotional anguish can also be an addiction as well. Okay, so continue to work on releasing yourself from those constraints and those restrictions, and you will be able to meet your person. Okay, whether it be a platonic friendship or something that is really of true love, if that is what you want. But make sure you take the time to release yourself from those past burdens. Okay, that way you're not taking toxicity into the next relationship, no matter what the connection is. Okay, so with that being said, Sagittarius, that is all that I have for you guys today. I will see you guys again the next time I do your reading. So until then, peace.